viktigt. Ja, okej. Alrighty, time has come. I'm just switching languages here, and I, ask you to ignore it and just go, oh, well, that's not a problem. If you need translation, om du behöver någon form av översättning, så bara säg hallå. Jag har ingen aning vad du just sa för någonting, så läser vi det. Jag tror att Andrea kan vara behjälplig att översätta. Sanna kan säkert vara behjälplig att översätta om det är någonting så. Och där är andra människor som också kan. Leonard har sagt att han kan vara behjälplig att översätta om det är kris. Okay. So, as I was looking for themes to preach on, since we ran out of our planned, calendar of themes, I was asking for suggestions, and a dear friend of mine suggested that I preach on love. So here we are. I'm going to talk about love. And I thought, that's good, that's simple, hey. That's just nice. I'll just do love. I'll just see what I've got, and that's not a problem. Yeah. I should never say these things, right? I should never say it's simple. I should never say it's easy. I should never, because I realize that it's kind of presumptuous and almost arrogant to say that you understand what love is. It's very presumptuous to say that you kind of, I know about love. Let me tell you. So what I'm going to give to you is some thoughts. And I encourage you to interrupt me, disagree with me, ask questions, and you can do it in either language, that's fine. And I will do my best to convey to you what I have experienced of love and what I believe that love is and could be for us. So for as long as humans have walked this earth, we have always asked this question. Yeah, what is love? What's the big deal? What's the deal with love? We've tried to define it, we tried to make sense of it. Every poet in the world has written about love. Every singer-songwriter in the world has written a song about love. Every author has in some way tried to define, describe, or explain love. And yet all of those fall short. We try to understand why love is so essential to us. All we know that love is addictive. Yeah? We know that love is essential. We know that love is foundational. We know that love lifts us up where we belong. All we need is love. Right? Yeah. And all the other song lyrics. We also know that love drives us to do incredibly stupid things. Right? We know that love makes us a little bit crazy. We know that love makes extroverts introvert and introverts extrovert. The shy guy in the corner suddenly standing under a balcony singing a serenade. The guy who's always in the center suddenly at a loss for words. We experience love for the first time that we know of. Somewhere in kindergarten, I guess. And love bypasses our entire system and shuts down our brain. And we meet love and we go, okay, yeah, well, I know. And then we go, okay, come on brain, say something clever, say something cool, say something really smooth. And we go, I've got legs. Look. And we don't know what to do, and we don't know how to handle it, because love kind of bypasses every intelligent, reasonable, thing that we have. Yeah. Mhm. Brain is a man at a writing desk, and the heart is a dancing fairy. I love that. Mm. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Love is blind. Love is a dancing fairy. Love is all these things. Okay. All right. So, Einstein defined love as insanity, among all the other things that he did. So, here we go. This is just as what are we talking about really? Now, I have a little text from Isaiah that I wanna just go back to our scriptures, and this is where we start, right? Stand at the crossroads and look. Ask for the ancient paths. Ask where the good way is, and then walk in it, and you will find rest for your souls. And so here we are at a crossroads of our minds or hearts, and we're asking the question, what is love? And we're going to try to walk the path. Going to try to find the good path and see how we can live in love, and therefore find rest and peace for our souls. So, from the first day that we see our first Disney movie, do you all remember the first Disney movie you saw? Anybody? All right, your first Disney movie. We have been taught that there is something called true love, right? We all know about true love. Or? Yeah? And if Disney is to believe, the true love's kiss is the most potent magic that has ever existed. Right? How many have had a true love's kiss? All right. Okay. You always skip ahead. That is the question we're here to answer. That's good. What is true love? Okay. So, there is something else that the idea of true love conveys, and I believe there is such a thing as true love. Okay? If we can leave behind the childish notion that true love means that there is a one person that is your true love, if we can just let that go and let go of the idea that true love is a person somewhere in the world waiting for you to appear and magically become some kind of whatever it is you become when you meet your true love. If we can let go of that idea, and we can understand true love as opposed to false love. Yeah? C.S. Lewis, who's our go-to guy when it comes to evangelical theology, he says that there is need love and give love. So he doesn't use the word true love or false love. He uses the words need love and give love. And need love is a love given only because we need something back. Need love is when I love you because I want you to love me back. When I do something for you because I need something from you. That's the need love. When I'm only in a loving state because that will open the door to something that I need. Now, I know I make this sound kind of selfish, but we all have need love. We all have need love. In fact, the Bible verse that was given here just a moment ago, we love him because he first loved us, based on the idea of need love. That I need God's love, so I will love him. I need God's love, so I will love him. Give love, on the other hand, is love that is given without expectation, without attachment, love that is given without restriction, love that is given without any boundaries whatsoever. Give love gives. Give love is what is expressed in John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave. Yeah? That's give love. Not the humans had been so good, so he gave. Not because the humans loved him, he felt compelled to actually reciprocate. That was a hard word. I promise not to use hard words. Okay. All right. So give love and need love. When we say that God is love, that's the love we mean. Yeah? When we say God is love, that is the love we mean. The love that pours out like a waterfall and never stops. The love that doesn't care who walks under it and who receives it. The love that will be given to the just and the unjust alike. The love that will never end, the love that will never fail, the love that will never perish, the love that will never stop, the love that will just be there for you, no matter what you do, no matter who you are, no matter how you live, no matter how you think, no matter what you believe, no matter what you dress like or don't. The love that is just simply always there. Yeah? That's the love when we talk about God, who is love. And that's true love, of course. True love does not have an agenda. True love does not have limitations. True love does not have conditions. True love does not have borders. True love, it just is. True love is. And I think that when Moses stands in front of the burning bush and says, God, tell me who you are, and God says, I am. That is exactly what it means. Nothing else. It means that. All right. True love is not just being in love, it is being. Period. True love is not being in love, it's just being. At the core, at the depth, at the beginning, at the origin, at the first step. Love is being. Being is love. As in the ultimate being. Now C.S. Lewis is quick to warn us that God is love, but if we turn love into God, it becomes a demon. That's what C.S. Lewis says. It's not often I read these theological giants and disagree with them, but this is one time. Because I would say that God is love and love is God. And I will explain to you why. But I do know that need love Love given only to receive. Love given because I need something from you, if turned into divine, will be demonic. If elevated to a state where it's worshipped, it will turn on you. Now, I wouldn't call it need love. I want to call it ego love. Yeah? To make the differentiation between true love, which is God and being, I want to differentiate it from ego love, which comes from the ego. When elevated to divine godhood, ego love becomes a tyrant, and it will destroy you. Yeah? And we see this when we turn to literature and people try to explain what love is, and they don't see the difference or the distinction, and they describe love as a destructive force, a force that will break you down and destroy you. We see it in unrequited love, in love where love is not returned, and heartbreak and all of these things, which is based on, I love you, but you're not loving me back, so I feel broken because I'm so attached to this love to you and the idea that you will love me back. And it's not true love, it is ego love. We all have traces of ego love, of course, but we have to understand that ego love also is love. And you can say that ego love is true love's child. It is the love that has not grown up and matured. Ego love is the love that is small and constrained and contracted before it has been allowed to expand and become what it's supposed to be. So true love is ego love that has grown up. When the ego love, the need love, the love that I have because I want something, because I need something, whether it is security or warmth or touch or whatever it is I need, when it is allowed to expand and transcend the limits of the ego, it becomes true love. And here's the secret of expanding ego love. You see, ego love thinks that love grows by gripping tighter. Ego love thinks that love grows by making it narrower, more focused, by going, I love only you. This is how great my love is. It's only you. It is like this. It is like a sharp sword, and it will go straight for your heart. And this is how it is. And ego love goes tighter and tighter and tighter, narrower and narrower in focus. And when somebody is loved with an ego love, they will say, well, why do you love me? Tell me why you love me. And you'll go, oh, I love you because, you got a pretty nose. And it's like this tiny. And we think, or ego thinks, that love grows by gripping tighter, by holding on, by contracting. But we all know that if you grip something tighter and you contract it, it grows smaller, right? It doesn't grow bigger. So the secret of growing ego love into a transcendent true love is by relaxing, by letting go, by giving space, by expanding it and widening it and deepening it and just going, you know what, I have no control over love whatsoever. So what can I do? I'll just have to fall back into the arms of love. and be carried by love. When ego love grips tighter and contracts and makes the love in a more and more confined space, it will eventually snuff out the flame of love. And we've all seen this happen in relationship, in marriages, where there was much love to begin with. And then we said, okay, we have all this love, what are we going to do with it? Oh, let's put a ring on it. Let's make it more exclusive and tighter. And then we go, okay, we've done that. And then inside of this ring, we go, okay, yeah, but you have to be like this. You have to be like this so I can love you better. And we make it tighter and smaller. And you have to be like this and like this and like this and like this. And you have to say like this and you have to act like this. You have to... And we make it smaller and smaller, and finally there is no flame left. And it's ego love, and it kills it. It makes it go away. The other way is to let go and say, we have all this love, what are we going to do? We're going to do nothing. Look, here it is. Let's just be. Let's be in it. Of course, that feels like death to the ego. That's like, the ego is going, what? You're sticking a knife in my heart. And your ego will go kicking and screaming and go, no! We have to do something. We have to label it. We have to put it in a box. We have to make sure we know exactly where this love is and when we have access to it and how we have access to it and what we're going to do with it and how long it's going to last and where we're going to express it and how we're going to express it. And ego kills it. All right. So let's go on a journey. In our traditions, Holy Scriptures, we have a few descriptions of love, and here comes all the Greek and Hebrew, so be ready. So in the Old Testament, we have dod, we have achava, and raya, the three Hebrew words for love. And dod means to fondle, it's physical love. It is to be embraced. Achava means friendly love, companionship, friendship. And raya means commitment or love of the will, willful love. Right? In the New Testament, we have eros, storge, phileo, and agape. Eros, everybody knows about Eros, right? Yeah? We all know Eros? Tiny little guy, wings on his back, a bow. And Eros is the passionate, physical love. Storge is affection. Phileo is friendship, and agape is unconditional divine love. Yeah? So here's the different words that we have in our Christian and Jewish and Islam traditions. The New Testament part is not part of the other Abrahamite religions. Okay. And I'm thinking that these different words for love embody different stages of love. They're different harmonies or different levels or different vibrations or whatever word works for you. I think it's like a journey up a mountain. Yeah? And I'm thinking about this Bible verse we had in the beginning, standing at the crossroads, what way shall we go? And we're going to pick the good way up the mountain. So let's travel these stages of love. And I think maybe this is our map of how to get to the top. And it may sound like That I express that one stage of love is better than another stage of love, and I just want to say from the beginning that I don't believe that. I don't believe that there is one love that is better than the other loves. And you'll hear me contradict that in about 3 seconds, okay? So I just wanted to live with that. But all the loves, all the natural loves, as C.S. Lewis called them, they're all love. Yeah? And they all exist in its ego version and in a true version. So, let us travel the first wave of love. We're going to start at the lowest spectrum, the lowest vibration. We're down in the foothills of this mountain, and it's lush and green, and we've got beautiful trees and a fine river flowing by, and it is just beautiful. This is Dod, or Eros, the passionate physical love. And this form of love is the biology of love, our body love. It is the chemistry of love. It is what happens without interference of our brain. And contrary to belief, when we engage our brain to try to lift up Eros, what we get is not Eros. What we get is a very, very distorted kind of ego version of what it is. This is pure energy. It is raw, sexual, roaring fire. That's where we begin. And while for most of us, this feels like the strongest fire, it's a roaring flame, it's because it moves and is felt in the body, it's felt on your skin, it is felt inside of you. It will grip you and take you and move you places. This kind of strong fire that comes from below is gonna just bypass every kind of coherent thought you have, and it will move your body in ways you didn't think your body could still move. When you move into this, well, you know. It's also the love that we're least comfortable with, because we cannot control it. We cannot contain it. It is pure energy, and it will take over. We are conditioned to feel shame about this. We're conditioned to feel, hold it at a distance. Don't show it to anyone. Don't flaunt it. While it is the most natural of loves. Okay. But because this vibration is bound in your body, you can also say it's the most constricted love. Because this erotic passion lives inside the body, it's confined here. And if you're with somebody else, it's confined here. And so while it is the strongest love in pure energy, it is also the most contracted, the most refined, the most narrow. When Eros is in the infant state of ego, it's a fire that demands satisfaction. It is, if you're talking about give love and need love, it is give me now love. It's like, that's where it's at, in the ego. It is, I don't care what you need. I'm going to get some, and I'm going to have it now, and I'm going to have all of it, and I'm going to have it to the full, and I'm just, bring it on. Because that's where we go. It is desire that demands instant gratification. Instant. Like now. Cannot wait. What do you mean wait? What do you mean true love waits? I'm having mine and yours and some other people's, and I'm having it now. And the hypersexualization of our society drives this, the ego version of Eros. Yeah? It drives it. It says, you need this. And to get this, you need all these other things as well. So come and buy them, please. Yeah? When allowed to expand and grow, Eros, by sheer vital force, offers an express route, a shortcut. It's the penthouse elevator. It is the way to go from 0 to the top floor instantly. It is the shortcut to the divine. It is the door straight into God. Because it's such a powerful, strong force that it will just wash you up if allowed to expand. When we can allow Eros freedom, space, and expansion, it will shoot the energy skyward. It will literally put us on an express elevator up. We can make this expansion by practicing extreme presence and awareness. When we are physically connected, or when we feel strong desire, and we can totally be there, when we can exist within the touch, when we can be the energy connection between two lovers, we can ride the desire all the way to heaven. Yeah? It also happens by transforming the need or desire to receive to become the need or desire to give. I mean, the simple shift from need love to give love, from ego love to true love. And when we can express that energy and give it out freely without expecting anything in return, it will fuel us and lead us on. It will take us with us. And I think that's why my favorite book of the Bible, the Song of Songs, says like this about Eros love. It says, eat, friends, drink, and be drunk with love. Didn't know the Bible said that, did you? No. So we'll be moving on. We'll be moving on to the second stage of love. And as we journey up the mountain, we find that as we climb the foothills of the mountain of love, we have settlements. Little houses, beautiful houses, comfortable houses, nice place to stay. Here we find storge, which is affection. We find filio, which is friendship. We find achava, which is commitment. We also find raya here. And this is when we take love and we categorize it into friends and family and acquaintances. And it's the Google Plus of love, where we have our circles and we label every piece of love, and this is the love that we have here, and here's my friends, that's a friendship love, and here's my close friends, that's a little better friendship love, and then here's my even better. I almost said something I shouldn't have said, and here's and we make our different labels. We categorize our love into different categories, depending on how deep we feel the connection. And the flame of ahava is much cooler than the flame of dod or eros. It will keep us out of the dark and carry us safely along the journey, but it is a slow-going boat, this. It's a very safe and nice boat. C.S. Lewis says that 9/10 of all our happiness and contentment will come through storge, which means affection, just affection for other people and people's affection for us. Yeah? It is a nice, safe place. Most of us live our entire lives somewhere between eros, storge, and phileo. And we sort all our relationships in there. When in the infant stage or the ego stage, this friendship and commitments comes with a lot of expectations and demands. Yeah? I'll be friends with you as long as you're friends with me. I hear this from my girls every day. Oh, but this girl didn't want to play with me because I played with this other girl and that's not okay with her, so I have to play with her, but she's so mean to me. But otherwise, if I don't play with her, she won't play with me anymore because she doesn't want me to be with them because I'm her friend, and And I'm saying, you can be friends with more than one person. I am. And same thing, already at kindergarten, Mio comes home and he says, oh, I don't want to play with Charlie anymore. And I say, why don't you want to play with Charlie? Well, Charlie don't want me to play with Micah or any of the other people, because I'm only allowed to play with him or he won't be friends with me. And I say, Mio, you can have more than one friend. It's okay. The ego version of this love comes with a very, very tight demand. I'll be friends with you as long as I'm your best friend and you spend the most time with me. I'll commit my life to you as long as you commit your life to me. I will follow you as long as you commit to stay by my side and only my side and nobody else's side. If I am to love you, you must first promise to love me, and to actually come to think of it, I wanted to love only me. And my teddy bear. These harmonies of love, friendship, and marriage especially are socially constructed. These are our ideas of how to, organize our reality. And they are loves of the mind. And when in the ego states, they can be very harsh, very unkind, very demanding. But they are social contracts, and they are a higher vibration of love, which means that they're also filled with a lot of give and take. We all know that to be a friend, to have a friend, you have to be a friend. We all know that the more we give into a relationship, the more we get out of a relationship. We all know all these things, right? And we're used to it. But it is in this world, in this little village at the middle of the mountain, that we play out all our relationship dramas. 90% of our lives are about this. If you go ask any great spiritual leader or pastor or guru or whomever, people who have answers to the life and universe and everything, you ask them what people ask them about. People ask them, how can I find love? How can I be a better boyfriend? How can I be, that's what they talk about. Because this is what's important to us. These social or mind loves can be more or less infused with heart. When they expand naturally. Yeah? When we invite the dancing fairy into our relationship, it just expands. The more heart we pour in, the more we realize that the labels and the rules of the mind are inadequate to capture the beauty the essence, the energy of love. So as ego love gives up control and expectations, attachments and demands, it expands. When we can love and be friends without expecting friendship back, when we can be married without expecting marriage back. But you know what I mean? When we can be that without demanding the other side to respond. When we can let go. When we can realize that our best way of loving someone is to release them into the biggest freedom that we can imagine. It's then that the harmony of friendship can be transmuted into true love. So, I know I'm going long here. I hope you're not bored. Anybody bored? You can go and have coffee and come back and take a nap or something. Although we're moving into the most exciting part now. So suit yourself. You have freedom, to go or stay. So moving on from the ordered settlements in the foothills, we're now reaching the soaring heights. The highest vibration of love, which is agape, or we can call it God. The third stage of love is the unconditional love, the unlimited and unrestricted love given without discrimination or expectation. The true love or God love is the source of all. The source of all. It is where we come from, it is where we're going, it is where we belong, it is our home, it is the core of our being, it is who we really, really are. It's what connects you and me. It's what connects you and me to the divine. It's what connects you and you, even though you don't know each other. It's what connects everything. Agape, the unconditional divine love, does not discriminate. It does not hold back. It gives freely to the deserving and undeserving alike. It's an ever-flowing river. It's a waterfall. It will take anybody along for the ride. It is a river of love poured into your cup. However big or small that cup is, it will overflow when in this state. When we enter into agape love, it is no longer we who are loving, but we are love. Right? When we enter into agape love, we lose the I and become the love. We are now love. We are in being. We have access to inner connection with the divine and with the other, and we simply are. It cannot be held back. It cannot be constricted. It cannot be made small. However, there is an ego version of agape love, and it's a counterfeit version. It's a fake. It is expressed in prayers for ending world hunger and world peace, and we love everybody, so we want world peace, and we keep it out there as a field of love that covers the globe, but we dare not make it personal. As long as it's back there, everybody can do this. As long as it's like, as long as it is, of course I want all the children in Africa to have food. I love them so dearly. Yeah. But the test is if we can love the person sitting in front of us with unconditional, unattached, undiscriminating, never-ending, complete love. That's the question. However, so this ego counterfeit version of love never exists on a personal level. It is always impersonal. It is always directed over there. And I think this is what James talks about in the Bible when he speaks about how you cannot love God and not love your brother. Yeah? If you don't love your brother, if you don't love your neighbor, if you're not there with the people who are next to you, you're not there at all. While agape blurs out all boundaries and transgresses every social construction, and while it acts as quantum force that holds us together as a people, as a planet, as a universe, this is the glue that holds the universe together. It liberates, it sanctifies, it heals both the giver and the receiver in every instant. But it also blurs out the role of giver and receiver. So when you're in this love, you are love, and there is no giving, there's no receiving, there's just being. It is, up there. It is the initial aim of every moment. It is the initial aim of all the other loves. They aim for this. If you take eros, the physical love-making, and let it expand with awareness and presence, it will become agape love. And it will lead you to God. If you take friendship and you let it expand by presence and awareness and taking away boundaries and just allowing it to grow, it will become agape love and an open door to God. Because all love's initial aim is this. If you take desire, whatever desire, and you let it fill you and expand and let go of the object of desire and just let the desire grow, it will become agape love. And you will be with God. Even if it's desire for a chocolate cake. Because it's the initial aim of the desire to lead you there, to this love. All pleasure, all longing, all desire, all beauty points to this divine love and the final destination of all things. All of it. So what do we do with this? Because it's so high, we cannot reach it. What do we do? How do we reach the final destination? How do we partake in the divine love? How do we do it? I'm glad you asked. So to start with, we must affirm and allow love in all its harmonies to be part of every day, of every part, of every moment of our lives. We must nurture and mature our love. We must allow it to be and say yes to love. All of it. Attraction, desire, longing, friendship, affection, all of these things. We have to just allow them, affirm them, be present in them, and be fully aware of them. We must relax into it. We must practice letting go and expanding love. Detaching from the object of love and letting the love be the point. Yeah? Try not to hold on to whatever it is we love, but just let it go and see what happens. And here's, for those of you who were part of the polarity teaching that we did a while ago, watch what happens with polarity when you let go. Watch what happens with polarity when you go, okay, I'm just going to let, and you increase the distance. Watch what happens. We must practice letting go and expanding love. To give and give more freely and give without expectation or condition, we must cultivate affection, generosity, fondness, friendship, and companionship, and desire. we must embrace more, kiss more, be better friends, touch more, and do so more consciously with awareness and without holding anything back, without hiding who we are or what we are. And so I want to end with this. Hang on. I'm not going to end with this at all, but I'm close. I'm getting there. Rumi writes this. I love Rumi. He writes this: be foolishly in love, because love is all there is. Yeah. But then friend of order asks, won't we miss the point if we love each other so? Won't we make idols of each other? Yeah. And Thomas Merton said, if we ever realized how beautiful and how wonderful human beings are, we'd fall down and worship at each other's feet. But here's the thing. When we wholeheartedly love with an elevated and mature love, that love is God. Yes? Since God lives in me and God lives in you, when we embrace, it is God embracing God. Right? And divine love flowing freely, being released or realized or made manifest in our midst. In fact, what happens is the kingdom of God. That's what happens. When we can embody or incarnate such a love, we will truly walk like the Nazarene, and wherever we go, the kingdom of God will be made manifest. It will turn all the concepts of proper upside down, accepted societal norms upside down. It will be the death of the ego. And it will be mortally uncomfortable for those who cling on to the ego. It will bring ridicule and hatred from the people who are consciously disconnecting from love and from those trapped in ego love. But hey, it will empower us, and it will set us free, and it will open the door to the divine. Because all of the natural loves are love. And all natural loves have as their aim the divine love, the agape love, the unconditional love. Now, I've spoken too long. Thank you for listening so patiently. Let's take a minute and let that sink in. I'm going to play a song. You can sing or not sing. You can just